Lady Mary is the new captain of Downton, but is she capable of leading the estate on her own after losing yet another husband? What will happen to Henry Talbot? Is Downton Abbey 3 happening? It has to! Most of the cast members are interested to return and reprise their roles in another installment of the franchise. In fact, they even pitched their own ideas for the story of the film. The beautifully created period drama is one of the most successful projects in the entire history of cinema. With its scandalous storylines, amazing plot twists, talented creative team, and perfectly chosen cast ensemble, Downton Abbey 3 must happen.
Turns out to be a producer and director. He wanted to practice chronophotography here.
Although we're still waiting for Julian Fellowes to come out and confirm the third installment, the positive reviews of Downton Abbey: A New Era are by all means enough for the franchise to be given another follow-up. This follow-up will be, however, much different than its predecessors. First, fans will have to get used to the absence of Lady Violet, then we might see another poignant death because one cast member believes his time on Downton is over.
Before we can really have the discussion.
We'd be here for about a month, and if you turn the card over, you'll...
Shortly after the release of A New Era, Fellowes issued a statement saying he'll be happy to do another film only if fans want one. I believe we're all on the same page here, as we would absolutely love to see the new generation of Downton run the estate. If the second installment of the franchise, the Crawley family and their staff are split into two storylines, some of them are left to take care of the estate, while the others travel to the French Riviera. Yes, the much-anticipated trip to France proved to be an incredible storyline. Some of the family members had to go to France because Violet inherited a villa there, a gift from a man with whom she was in a romantic relationship many years ago. To settle the matter of who the beautiful house belongs to, some of the Crawleys and their staff head to France. In the meantime, Lady Mary stays in the Downton estate to keep an eye on a film crew that shoots a movie there. To be honest, I didn't expect to see so many storylines in just one Downton film, but again, I loved what Fellowes did, and now we really need him to start working on another chapter.
Can't travel, but he asks us to bring Tom and Lucy with us now that he knows Sibby's to be the beneficiary.
What do you think?
By the way, do you guys watch his new show, The Gilded Age? What do you think of it? Is it as great as Downton? Let's say Downton 3 starts filming this year, what will be the potential release date? As previously mentioned, Downton Abbey 3 has yet to be officially confirmed, and again I think Downton 3 is guaranteed because series creator and writer Julian Fellowes said that if viewers want more and the cast wants to do more, then he'll make sure to find a way of delivering more, per report by Sky.
I'm afraid, my lady, and says he must stand watch and keep them in check. I don't know how.
There was a 3-year gap between the first two films, but this huge gap was because of the pandemic. If a third film was confirmed this year, we might see it sometime in 2025 at the earliest. Does New Era leave space for a continuation? Yes, it does. Even though the film doesn't end on a big cliffhanger, there are many directions Downton 3 could go. At the end of the second film, the Crawleys say goodbye to Maggie Smith's Lady Violet in one of the most heartbreaking scenes in the entire history of cinema. But they also welcome a new member to the family as Tom Branson, and as his new bride, Lucy welcomed their first baby. The next film could easily feature the new generation of characters. With a several-year time jump, we could see Sibby and her siblings all grown up trying to run the estate. Then again, maybe it's too early for such a story. Is anyone on board for Downton 3? Let's find out.
His English is flawless, which is more than can be said for my French.
Mr. Guy Dexter.
Per report issued by Fellowes, you need to smash that like button if you haven't done it already. As mentioned before, almost everyone is interested in the idea of making Downton 3, with the exception of Dame Maggie Smith, whose character died at the end of New Era. There were, however, some OG cast members who didn't make an appearance in the second film, including Matthew Good and Lily James. Good's absence made zero sense because his character plays Mary's husband, Henry Talbot. The actor was unable to appear in the film because of his busy schedule. If a third film happens, we would love to see him back. But if he decides not to return, the creators will either have to recast or kill off the character. Fans would also love to see Lily James return as Lady Rose again. She was such a great addition to the series, don't you guys agree? But what if Downton becomes a musical?
Lord Grantham, bienvenue.
Well, we've become quite a party. I'm afraid we've even brought our butler.
Some cast members of Downton have been sharing their own thoughts and theories for the potential third installment. And let me tell you something, all of these theories sound pretty great and reliable. In an interview with Cinema Blend, the cast talked about a trip to America, a musical, another poignant death, and, of course, a plot that will follow the outcome of World War II. Some cast members suggested a movie plot that would focus on Downton coming to New York before the crash of Wall Street. They could easily go and visit Core's family, right?
It's too late for me. I like to eat at 7.
It's difficult for the kitchen if we change the usual timings.
For those not familiar, the events in Downton Abbey, A New Era, take place in 1928, and we all know that a lot of things happen in America just 1 year later. Financial struggles seem like the most reliable storyline here. Robert has already struggled with such things, but if the creators come up with a proper story, the plot won't feel repetitive. But what about the downstairs cast? Well, most of them suggested a trip. Phyllis Logan, Joanne Froggatt, Ellie Carson, and Anna Bates are interested in a trip to the Maldives.
And in that, Al Jolson just says a few words to his old mother.
And sings.
In this, they talk all the way through.
Sounds good. Okay, seriously, the third film could go in any direction. If Henry Talbot is absent again, Lady Mary will be heartbroken. She'll also have to deal with a lot of things, including her new position as the captain of the estate, plus financial struggles and World War II looming on the horizon. Downton is all about the drama between his characters, meaning that a storyline about Mary and Henry struggling in their marriage might also be the central plot point of the next film. And even though the third film hasn't been confirmed yet, Fellows told the Mail Online that with these films, it's never really the end. In his own words, it's very foolish not to give people what they want in this business. He's said goodbye to these characters more times than he can remember, and each time he thinks, this is the end, goodbye, then he's writing another series or movie. For some cast members, however, their time on Downton is over, especially for Hugh Bonneville.
Withdraw from the field.
I think it's just that Monsieur de Montmirail loved his father, and he intends to carry out his wishes.
And because of what he said, most fans think that this is it. This is the end of the franchise. Actor Hugh Bonneville, who plays Robert in the series and in the films, told Insider that A New Era might be the final chapter in the franchise, and for him, it feels like the perfect time for a conclusion. With the death of the fan favorite Violet Crawley, played by Maggie Smith, it really felt like the end. And without her, I don't know whether the next film would be successful and popular enough. In the same interview, Bonneville said that the film ends in a somber way, in that you've got death, but then you've got a new life, you've got the birth of Tom and Lucy's baby, and according to him, that's a glorious way to end. When asked about a third movie, he said there was probably energy for it, but he suspects things have moved on, and that's a good way to finish.
They're very French, the French, aren't they?
I suppose they're bound to be.
I suppose they are.
In an interview with a Hollywood Reporter, Bonneville said he feels that the franchise had run its course, adding that this is a good time to quit. Do you guys think the franchise deserves to go beyond its second installment? We also know that you need to smash that subscribe button and notification bell so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. See you in the next video.